Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Sunday, June 1st, 2025. So, on a scant 30 days away from Canada Day, did you do the crossword?
I did do the crossword.
And did it make you want to say, "Oh, Canada"?
No.
That's good, because there was nothing at all Canadian as far as I could tell in the crossword.
I don't believe so.
Nope. But there was a tremendously good theme in the crossword.
You thought it was a good theme?
I thought it was a great theme.
Well, it was not my favorite theme, but it was well done. So the name of the puzzle was Making Arrangements, and it involved anagrams.
Yes.
So the theme clues were all one word, and they were all capitalized. Or no, some of them were two words, but they were in capital letters. And you had to figure out an anagram of them in order to solve or to answer the clue. But not just an anagram. Also, with the anagrammed word was another word or two denoting that it had been changed in some way. So some sort of a modifying word went along with the anagram. Mm-hmm. So I think probably easiest would just be to give an example. 23 across was legal nicety. Legal nicety. You know, that's a long anagram.
Yes.
So there was no way I was going to figure this one out. But it turned out to be genetically engineered. So engineered being the word added to make you understand that genetically was changed in some way. It changed from legal nicety. So, or another one was 39 down. Or 39 across. Earth. That was a little easier. And the answer there was change of heart. They actually used the word change in that one. Change of heart. Mm-hmm. Change of heart would be earth. So anyway, that was the theme. And, you know, some were a lot harder than others. I didn't really catch on to what was going on much during my solving. But then after I got it all solved, I looked back and I thought, oh, those are anagrams with modifying words. So I got it figured out. I got the puzzle done. But I am not a big anagram fan.
I can tell.
Yeah, I'm not good at them.
So if you had to choose between rebuses and anagrams in a crossword, which would you rather see?
I probably, at this point, rebuses.
Gasp.
Rebuses have kind of grown on me over the years, but... yeah, I'm not good at anagrams.
Well, I mean, in this, you'd have to realize that you needed anagrams. I worked through the whole crossword, and I didn't really understand what was going on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think it was at change of heart that I was finally able to see it. But, you know, to look at the word genetically and see legal nicety is in there somewhere.
Yeah. No, I just didn't get that at all. But, you know, I would get enough of the crosses, I would be like, oh, that looks like change of heart. So I put that in hopes that was right, and you know, it turned out to be right.
Right.
So that's pretty much how I solved it.
Well, some of them, I mean, you know, the aforementioned legal nicety was impressive. So was 117 across, royal permit, temporarily out of order.
Yes.
What I will say about all of them is the answers sounded perfectly smooth. Genetically engineering, change of heart, mixed blessings. Mm-hmm. I mean, they all fitted perfectly. They were just great, standard, ordinary sorts of phrases.
Yes, you could tell that the constructor took a great deal of care in putting this puzzle together.
Yes.
And getting just the right words. First of all, you know, you'd have to take the common phrase that had some sort of a change word in it, like mixed blessing or change of heart or twisted sister. And then he would have to think of an anagram for the other word. And then that would be the clue.
Sure.
And then build a crossword around those. And there were quite a few of them. So we had genetically engineered, change of heart, mixed blessing, twisted sister, switched gears.
That was rages. That was cute.
Yeah, and temporarily out of order.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the last one.
Yeah. And that was royal permit, temporarily out of order.
Yes. Yeah, just, made you laugh. So it could have been that bad. But I can see why they wanted to do this on a Sunday, because they needed that large 21 by 21 grid in order to fit things like genetically engineered. So there were other good clues in here as well, I thought. One across, I started off slowly. That was warm shade of brown. I thought it was going to be ochre.
Me too.
But it was pecan.
That's right.
Which I guess is a warm shade of brown.
Yes, it is.
And the one right beneath it, 19 across, a warm shade of white, and that was ivory.
Yep.
So I like that little parallel cluing there.
Right. And the reason I knew that my ochre was wrong was one down. I love that clue. Unlikely flyers in a saying.
Yes.
Pigs.
Yeah, that was very handy. And then I always have trouble with two down. First name in stunts, evil.
Evil Knievel.
Spelled with an E, because
Yes.
they truly weren't evil.
That's right.
You don't hear about people doing, there are really no famous stunt people anymore.
Not that
Except
I
for
know
like
of.
Tom Cruise. But he's really just a full-time actor who apparently can't afford to hire a stuntman. Three down, obstacle course element. I was thinking of like a sand trap or something.
Oh.
But it was cone.
Yes.
And 18 down, we let's see, that was early automaker, and the answer was Olds.
That's right.
And we just had Olds the other day. It was like Elders derisively or something like that. So it's back in an entirely different form.
Right. Yeah.
Made me think 16 down, it might begin with a false alarm, fire drill.
Yeah.
It's not really a false. It's a deliberately pulled alarm, so I guess it is false. There really wouldn't be a fire.
Right.
Never have a fire drill during an actual fire.
I liked 37 across. Magician's Cries. Ta-da's.
Yes. Didn't we have that with A Voila just a minute ago? Seems like a minute ago. 28 across was blank so good, furniture store pun. And it was sofa, as in sofa, so good. I actually got that.
Oh, did you?
I was pleased to sort of stumble upon that. And yes.
I was going to say 44 across taught us a little something that I didn't know anyway. Substance adapted to lab use by Fanny HESSE in 1881. AGAR.
Yes.
A high school biology student thanks you, Fanny, for AGAR.
Well, apparently that was a hugely important deal, because they used to use gelatin, but gelatin would start to sort of run at high temperatures, the temperatures that they needed the microbes to be at. And so she just said, hey, you want to use AGAR? And probably billions of people are now alive because of her idea.
Right. Yep.
Let's see. We had 38 down, loss of the ability to read, alexia.
I know. I've never heard of that.
I've heard of dyslexia.
Yes, but to not, to be able to read and then all of a sudden not to be able to read, that would be very scary, I would think.
It would be. I guess you could still, in terms of consuming media, you could do that. But if you were driving and you suddenly couldn't read the word stop, that would definitely be a problem.
Yeah.
51 across was Northwestern Abode, and it was 4 letters long, and I just went, yurt. Must be a yurt.
Oh.
But Northwestern, they were thinking dorm.
Yes.
So I was...
Western University.
Yes. And 58 across, 1 M of the MMR vaccine was measles.
Right.
Can you name the other 2?
Mumps and, is it rubella?
Yes. Well done. You get the MMR Award of the Month. No.
Well, rubella is a form of mumps, or a form of measles.
German measles,
Yeah,
right.
German measles.
But I guess they decided MM didn't sound good enough, or maybe they thought they'd be sued either by Disney or M&M's. They also did they have M&M's in this?
No, I think that was yesterday.
Okay, well today they had 32 down, fantasy role-playing game, for short, D&D.
Yes.
Boy, I wonder if the D&D people and the M&M's people could get together. They should advertise D&D on M&M packages.
Yes.
Or possibly vice versa. Maybe D&D, where you played it with M&Ms, you could actually eat your enemy. 60 across, I was not ready for. Inflation measure, it was an abbreviation, and it was PSI.
Right.
I was like, okay,
GDP.
it's CPI. I was going for what, Consumer Price Index.
Yes.
But that didn't work because a 42 down ceremony was pump.
Right.
Well, I had trouble with that. I wanted it to be right.
Yes.
R-I-T-E. But right was not right.
Did not fit, no. Nope.
And then I had the big debate. 62 across, Pepsi EG. Is it soda or is it cola?
Me too. I put soda, but had to change because it was cola.
See, I thought what I was going to write was soda, so I thought that's going to be wrong, so I wrote cola instead.
I crossed with 60 down, or no, 50 down. It may be dropped for effect. That was Mike.
Yep.
So I had miss because I had a soda.
Oh, right,
I'm
yes.
like, well, what's a miss? With just one answer.
Not the correct answer.
It's wrong.
Let's see, 68 down, fiddler's skill was bowing.
Yes.
That took me a bit.
No.
It seems to me that, the airplane manufacturer could somehow get like Itzhak Perlman to perhaps perform.
Maybe.
And it could be bowing on bowing.
Yes, it could. It definitely could.
And he could be bowing while he does it. Bowing and bowing on Boeing. Yes. All right. I'll be expecting the Boeing PR people to reach out to us sometime soon. Maybe not. Let's see. 71 down I thought was great. What you will, estate.
Right. Well, the next one to that, 72 down, was interesting. Brand with cup sizes from minis to world largest. And that was, of course, Reese's.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking about bras, but it seems to me that boasting the world's largest, I don't know.
I don't know that any bra manufacturer would be successful calling their bras minis or a world's largest.
Also, Playtex, which is the only brand I could think of, didn't fit.
There's a few others.
Okay, I'm sure you're more acquainted with them than I am. We had 86 down. That was faux gardener, so to speak, and that was scarecrow.
Right.
I thought that was sort of cute.
Yep.
What do you do for 101 down? Center of mass, question mark. The answer was church.
Right. I didn't think of that right away, but I guess that would be correct.
Yeah, I started thinking about parts of the church. I thought nave, and then I thought altar, and then I thought transept. And it was just like, I thought, I'm going to have to think of this technical term in the church, and it's just church.
Yep, just church.
So this is a Sunday, so had it been a Saturday, they would have expected like transept or something like that. 104 across, Hawaiian song of farewell was Aloha O.
Oh, yes.
Is that how you pronounce it?
I did not know how you spell that. I think they say aloha oi. Aloha oi. But
that's when they fall off the sand dune as they're singing that. Aloha oi!
Anyway, I wasn't quite sure how to spell that. And I didn't know 95 down. Once I got it, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. Fundamental building block of DNA.
Yeah.
And I was thinking amylase. I had the A. I'm like, well, maybe it's amylase. But then I got a few more letters. I'm like, oh, it's adenine.
No, yeah, adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine.
Right.
That was beaten into me at an early age. So I'd like to thank my grade 12 biology teacher who also taught me about homeostasis.
Oh, very good.
I don't know if they're a listener or not. Let's see. We had 103 down was fairy tale villain. I went for ogre, but it was wolf.
Wolf, yes.
And next to that, I was sort of embarrassed. 106 down, clears of snow say. I had it ending with LOWS, and I thought blows. Because you snow blow something, right? You bring out the snow blower.
You certainly have many neighbors who clear snow like that, yes.
Yes. And so I went for blows. But then the bit of equipment for a vault, 106 across, was bowl, B-O-L-E. It worked a lot better as pole.
That's right. Plows.
Yes.
Plow first, blow next.
Right. And then, let's see, 118 down. Desirable formation for ducks. I panicked and wrote V-E-E.
I did too.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was row. Get your ducks in a row, right?
Get your ducks in a V. I guess that doesn't make any sense.
So geese get in a V, ducks get in a row.
Ducks can fly, right?
Oh, ducks can fly, yeah.
And what letter do they form when they fly? I bet it's a D. I bet they form a D just to sort of advertise the brand.
No, they probably just stay in a row.
Oh. Well, I don't know. From an aerodynamic standpoint, they'd be better off as sort of having that V formation.
Uh-huh.
Well, this was a fine crossword, I thought.
Uh-huh.
It was a debut for Sam Brody.
Oh, really?
What a way to start.
That is quite impressive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bravo,
impressive.
Sam.
Mm-hmm.
That then is it for today. So thanks everyone for listening. Remember, Monday's crossword is actually probably out already.
Yep,
and
it
we're
is.
going to tackle it and come back to talk about it. And we hope you will join us in that endeavor tomorrow.
Bye-bye.